Hey guys, welcome back to Lonely Boom. So I will be proceeding to actually just really quickly talk about the wedge for a little bit. Talk about how far along we're coming and all on all the good stuff. Let me just quickly share this on Twitter before I do begin. If anybody wants to join, they can join. Really quickly talk about the okay. I mean, maybe I could give it another minute. Maybe somebody might join. Honestly, let's just go with it. So here we are. So this is, by the way, we're looking at the 8 hour, right? So this is what we've been talking about for quite some time now. The 8 hour has the previous candle tested it. So having that test on the fact we still ended up positive is huge because you can see here in the MACD. Let's just expand this for a quick second here. So here is the MACD on it. I want a better. There we go. I want a better reading of it. So this was the point. This was the point just before the candle started. This was when we were just trading sideways. Now here we are at negative 0.49. We were at 3.8, so about 11 points up. And here it is currently. We're about 19 points up. Oh, this is huge. So usually you get 3, maybe 4 candles that have an accelerated positive movement. That's currently what we're starting to see here, right? We have this 10, like 9, 18 points. And in fact, it's still pushing even further than that right now, about 21 points up. But whether that amounts to anything or whether we break right now, so let's have a look at the wedge, right? So here is the wedge right now. It's at 16318. We're currently at 16342. So we're just barely above this wedge, and we want to ensure we close above the wedge in about 3.5 hours. But our main goal with this is we want to ensure we keep this positive. We keep this at least 18 points up, and we keep it at an accelerated point. Why? Because that will guarantee us for the next candle we're gonna run, and that's gonna be huge to see. So truly get excited for that. We can see here this is our main band of resistance. It's been our main band of resistance. It's currently at 16585. We're gonna have to watch for that very very carefully as it keeps trying to pull us down. So let's look here at the daily as we start to approach close. So the daily here. Ooh, that's not good. So here is the daily on it. So the daily obviously is going to have a little higher of a wedge point, right? So on the daily, it's at 16568. Tomorrow, or really in about 4 hours, the wedge comes down a lot further. It comes down to 16312. So if we do close around that 163 plus range, we set everything up to run. Look here. Look at this daily by the MACD. Currently negative 106, negative 102. It is set up to have a massive run, meaning things are looking really, really good for us to run in about 4 hours into the next day, inshallah. So let's look at our scale here. Let's add it up and see how things are developing, because that'll give us a better idea of where things are going. So first, set it across. So here we are. We can see we're only 1 day away. If we stay at our current price point, it'll hit the wedge. That's just a given, right? If we stay where we are, we're going to hit the wedge in 1 day. Now, that's not always the case. In fact, we may lose momentum if we hit the wedge sooner like we did earlier today. So let's see how that develops. So if we do lose momentum, we come down. We can see here we're about 5 and a few hours away from the wedge, from the absolute end of the wedge. We're only 5 and a few hours away. It really is all coming to an end, guys. And if you want to know exactly how many hours, you can actually even calculate that, by the way. With my favorite hourly, well, of course, my favorite is the 5 hour for those who know, but not a whole lot of people know that actually. So let's pull in the 8 here. There's the wedge. Now let's pull it back. Still can't. I don't. It's always a struggle sometimes to know. There it is. So we have the upper wedge. Let's see where that's coming along on the play-by-play, right? Look at that. We had an amazing. For those who were here in the morning, it was absolutely wild to see this. Like, I think for all, I can't speak again. I can't speak for all of us, but for me especially, like, I was freaking out as we had that massive movement. So here we are. We're just above, right? We've actually closed now. Although we've closed, ooh, kind of didn't look good. So we've actually closed now one candle. One candle above wedge. Also, look at where else we're above. We're above that median band, which is huge because that means it's now currently at support and it's holding us up. So currently we're at 16297. Our band of support is at 16311. Our goal is to close above 163. That's our daily goal. That's in about 4 hours where we want to be. Now, of course, let's have a look at the scaling and see how that is coming along. So we can see, of course, in the 1 hour it looks further away, but there's the end. So let's open up our scale and get an idea of when things are all coming to an end. So here we are, extrapolating it outward. We're 95 bars away. We're less than 100 hours away from an absolute run. Whether it's a bull or bear is dependent on how the next 4 hours really go. The next 4 hours is going to determine what's our momentum as we head into this final moment. At the moment, it's setting up to be very, very positive, by the way. Like, genuinely very positive. So if anybody has any questions at any point, by all means, leave it in the comments. If anybody wants to talk about these things, just go ahead and reach out to me on Twitter. It is RX Trading on Twitter. You can struggle to find me there. But thank you for listening. If you see this at a later point, which I'm sure you may, this is the massive update. So I'll see you guys soon. 3 days, 23 hours. 3 days, 23 hours, guys. It's crazy. Crazy, inshallah. I'll see you guys soon.